Baby show error and OS videos are a genre of videos that features a user, mostly of Yonder or a character they like, and a preschool show character. In the error videos, users receive an error made by a preschool show character that sometimes starts after the B-SOD. Some of them escape the errors. Sometimes receive it after escaping their OS. In the OS videos, when a user wants to get something, mostly an update or a game, they get tricked that a preschool show character's OS is downloading. And they always forget to remove the exit button. Users could easily escape the OS. Sometimes receive it after escaping their OS. In the OS videos, when a user wants to get something, mostly an update or a game, they get tricked that a preschool show character's OS is downloading. And they always forget to remove the exit button. Users could easily escape the OS. Sometimes in those videos, they know that they would be tricked if they download or update something. Any reason will be given out why their systems has crashed. First, we'll go for overall. 1. Like Grounded videos, it has characters from children's shows, mainly Caillou, Dora, and Barney. 2. The characters would trick users into being in their errors and OS for little to no reason, mostly just for hating their show. And lastly, 3. Just like Grounded videos, they are very repetitive. So now we have overall done. The second one was error videos. 1. When they turn off their computer just to stop the error, they turn it back on and open up their laptop, which makes no sense. 2. Some have creepy and disturbing imagery, especially in Barney errors. 3. Some say that they are defeated by another user without much explanation other than they put a bomb in their lair. It feels like they just give a user an error just to follow with the plot. 4. Some sounds can be abnormally loud, which can jump scare viewers even if a volume warning was present, like the Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare sound effect. 5. They would say death threats to users, which could make no sense since it's a character in fiction and a user who is real. Though it can still be seen as cyberbullying. 6. The error wielder may not have their background removed if they were a prop, which proves how lazy and rushed up the video can be. 7. Some errors repeat lines for no good reason, even in text form. God, sometimes the original line of text will be present and then a duplicate of it appears with repeat at the beginning. What's the point of adding the extra line if you're gonna keep the original? To be fair, the reason for these is to replicate an ESA warning, but at the end of the day it's still executed poorly. 8. Users can try to be edgy by using the "I do what I want because I win forever" line. Not only does that make absolutely zero sense, but it also has broken English. Plus, that's the equivalent of saying that you'll graduate forever in Dead Meat videos and Behavior Card Day videos. 9. Barney errors tend to have a code challenge during the last chance, where the user must put that code in to get the computer back before time runs out. Neither you nor the user would know what the code is, and whenever it comes back as wrong, there's usually one number in the correct code changed. 10. Some of the images, mostly in Barney errors, can frighten younger viewers. 11. Some videos can be rushed and or skip chances for no reason and or jump straight to the last chance at a point, even if the user still had chances left. 12. Some of them force the user to upgrade/downgrade the OS for absolutely no reason upon losing all their chances. 13. The character that has their error can sometimes blame a thing changing on a user, such as the background. 14. Literally anything that the user does which offends the error wielder will say that the thing done wrong counts as turning the computer/game console/other thing off without explaining why this is the case. Plus, while characters are talking, the timer tends to stop for some reason. 15. It gets annoying having to hear another time reduction has occurred repeatedly. 16. Some errors contain punishments which get worse and worse the more the user turns off their video. They try to claim them as scary, when in reality, it's just pure static from 30+ sounds playing at once at max volume and you can't see anything. It gets irritating and can take up minutes of runtime. And lastly, 17, horrible ending from almost all errors. After the user gets the wrong code, they ground the user for years, then they will jump scare the user to death. So we have errors done. OS is up next. 1. when some download notes say things like it may not be safe or offer something that's rather skeptical, they just ignore it and install it, making it easy for the characters to download the OS on their computer. Some ads feature an update or app that makes no sense. For example, Windows 1 million. 2. Some startup sounds steal sounds from operating systems, mostly Microsoft's Windows, which could result in copyright. 3. When the user is dissatisfied with the current wallpaper on the OS, the character will tell them that there is an option to change the wallpaper on the control panel and the user will proceed to change the wallpaper, only for the user to find out that they are only allowed to have the default wallpaper. The user will then yell at the character until the character decides to cave in and change the user's wallpaper. 4. Upon accessing the OS's web browser, they just support a few websites and mostly hated search engines Trovi or Bing instead of Google. When a user goes to YouTube, the character only supports videos from their show and videos that the user hates. They would sometimes force the user to watch it. The same thing happens when the user accesses the video player. When they go to Vyond, there is a pop-up that would say you need to pay a ridiculous amount of dollars per day to use the website, even for the free trial. The charges would make sense if the user was purchasing a full-time subscription, but the charges are unnecessary for something as small as the free trial or less. The characters always have a website where their show airs on and sometimes their own. 5. Some receive the color screen of death for little to no reason. 6. When the user gets an option to receive a high amount of free money, they click yes, only for them to find out that it was a scam and the OS host took the amount of money that was supposed to be given from the user's bank account, even though it doesn't explain how the character was able to access the bank account in question. 7. When a user types something in Word/document, they could only type one word, which could be pointless. If the user is ranting on the OS, then they would get an error message because the character was upset that the user ranted on the OS. Sometimes, the character will say that the program is in beta, and will be in beta forever. 8. Some let users set up her/his OS, which is just filler and pads out the duration of the video. 9. Some icons and other pictures look like they were stolen from Google Images. 10. When they go to an antivirus program in hopes of eliminating the viruses, it always fails and results in the character downloading more viruses. 11. When a user goes to music, it would only have one song, which is the theme song of the character's show. Sometimes, it would have various songs that the user hates, but that depends on who makes the video. 12. Sometimes, the character says it won't be updated anymore forever. 13. Some users have an old system, for example, Windows XP. Besides, they already ended support at the time the videos were uploaded. And lastly, 14, they always forget to remove the exit button, which makes the characters less responsible. Also, if the users discovered that there was an exit button in the beginning of the video, then they wouldn't have to deal with the OS and the video would end. Luckily, there are some redeeming qualities. The only redeeming quality for overall is, some could be so bad they are hilarious. So we have overall videos done. The next one was error videos. 1. Some error videos can actually be well made. A good example is Flutter Girl vs. the Barney error by MJ the Spirit. In that same video, Flutter explains that she can see the text perfectly fine. Brian also noticed the lack of transparency on Barney and removed it before starting the timer. 2. Sometimes, users are aware that doing a minor infraction shouldn't count towards losing a chance. And lastly, 3. Some error videos do have good endings, where the user had entered the code correctly, which even ends the error in a good way. So we have error videos done. The last one was OS videos. 1. There are some videos that have a made logo not only with text, for example, Little Bill OS. 2. Some OS videos can actually be well made, such as Dallas Tunes Gumball Android OS, although Bullet 6 Cougar can handle someone else's opinions on the amazing world of Gumball. And lastly, 3. Most users got their systems back, which is a happy ending. With being said, it is now safe to end the video. With being said, thanks for watching.